Alright, all the announcements are out of the way. Discord is unmuted, so you can hear Trinz's voice, and we are back for more work on GT5R today. And first thing we need to get done is oxygen. We were planning on working on the reactor stuff, but we have oxygen issues. Now, we do have all of this beautiful steel right here that I'm throwing into the computer for you. So if you want to start on turbine stuff while I work on oxygen production, go for it. I'm going to go ahead and open this back up so that can feed. We'll probably need to put in a better pipe for this, but we'll see. I'm thinking that we might want to make a second roaster with air, because we do have a ton of sulfur. We've got 57K in sulfur we could use to make sulfur dioxide. And like we discussed yesterday, we can loop it, so we don't even need to worry about that. We have all of that. Luckily, in here we can still get rid of sulfur dioxide can be put into an electrolyzer to get oxygen. Hell, sulfur trioxide can even be done, but that really is not something we would want to do, because that's just adding more oxygen to then pull the oxygen back out. It makes no sense to do that. We can also, I believe in this one, even electrolyze down the sulfuric acid, which would give us hydrogen. So we could do that if we wanted to. Then we would be pulling oxygen from not only the air that's going in, but we'd also be pulling it from the water. And I think what we're going to do is go ahead and set up the two big chem reactors we have for making sulfuric acid, and then use this and then make a roaster to run with these setups. Is what I'm thinking. Why are those getting... why are those getting full in there? I should be able to output to this pipe without any issue. Why do we have a dense, small, smart cable right here hooked to absolutely nothing? There's a lot of stuff in there, but it's not full. That's a tiny one. That's a small one. It's not full. That pipe is not... Oh, why that cable's there? Yeah, I have no fucking clue, dude. Why don't you use a wrench for that, not a drill?
Oh yeah, I changed it to use a wrench.
Yes. Oh, was that for... well, maybe not. Do you understand what's going...
It wasn't
Go
connected to
ahead.
anything. I think it was for a previous runnable a cable before it got changed or something.
Oh, I figured out what this issue is. There's a conveyor on there, and it's only LV. Okay. I thought we had that going out the other way. Yes, I'm getting distracted. Shut up. It's what I do. There's no... Why is there no conveyors in here? She cleaned out my bag. Did she move my conveyor somewhere else? Great. Yes, but there's not any that... for what I need.
We're gonna need more steel still.
Yeah,
like
kind
60. And like 60 turbine casings.
Yeah, I kind of assume that. Alright, I'll fiddle with that later when we can make a better conveyor. It's not something we're relying on, so I'm not worried about it. We need to worry about this oxygen thing. Did you ever look and see if there was a better way of getting oxygen than the sulfur dioxide thing from air?
Not really.
Well, let's see. If we do sulfur dioxide, which we do have coming in from there, but that's going in for our normal system. If we make it in here with air, it's going to cost us 2560 EU. Let me get my calculator up here. 2560. And then if we electrolyze that, it's going to be, well, there's 36,000. It's going to be a total of 38,000. Now, the issue with my math here is that this is going to give us 3,000. Oh, no, that's using 3,000. So, yes, this is going to be for 2,000 liters of oxygen. Now, if we were to just do water, carbon monoxide, regular water, we would only get 1,000, so we'd have to double this recipe here, but that's 60,000, which is already more than the chemical reaction electrolyzing that we're already doing. And we'd have to double this, but then we also should take off the hydrogen, which would then be able to fuel a gas turbine, so we should take that off if we're doing this properly. But I want to actually look at trillated water, which is going to be the same, because we really are going to need to start setting that up soon. Where the hell is the heavy water at? Semi-heavy water. Now that is only 2,000, which gives us heavy water and tritiated water. Semi-heavy water comes from water. So that's 4,096 for semi-heavy, heavy, and tritillated. Now granted, this is 1, 10, and 100 out of 100,000 water. We're getting barely anything out of it. This also requires MV, which if we're doing it, we should set up a multi-block one for that. And the semi-heavy will give us heavy and tritillated. The heavy gives us the deuterium and 1,000, and each one of these is 60,000 EU at the base. So we are going to do this, but we're not doing this today. For our oxygen, we just need to get that set up before we start fusion. Alright, so the other way I was looking at it was hydrochloric acid. Which will only take 480 and give us 1,000. And that's from water and chlorine. So that is really cheap way of making oxygen. But then we have the hydrochloric acid, which we should get rid of. And actually, that is going to be cheaper. That's only 21,600 to give us hydrogen and chlorine back. And again, the hydrogen can be used for the gas turbine, or we can turn it into methane. So I still think hydrochloric acid is going to be a better way of doing this. Now, give me a second, because I want to go down a rabbit hole outside of the mod for a minute. Chloric acid. I just wanted to see if there was a chemical way of like disposing of hydrochloric acid. There you go. How to deal with hydrochloric acid. I just dilute it and pour it down the sink. Yeah. That's not quite what I would suggest for hydrochloric acid. I don't think your city would agree with that either.
This option probably should be add a strong base to it.
That's what I was just thinking was, wouldn't you use like baking soda to neutralize it, and then that
was
would
probably too weak.
You think so? Still a base. It might take longer, but
base. That's use a lot of baking soda, probably some strong like sodium hydroxide or something.
One of these days I'm going to have to get into looking at this, but I think that's what we're going to do. At least for right now, I don't see where this is a game-breaking issue of getting oxygen. I don't see why this would be a problem. to exist. It gives us 1,000 oxygen. Chlorine is a waste product that we have very little use for, so we just loop this back and forth, ingesting water into the system, looping the chlorine into an electrolyzer, pulling out the hydrogen. Yeah, that should be perfectly.
And then we get rid of all that chlorine we have.
Well, we're not going to get rid of it. This isn't magic. We're just looping a little bit of it.
Oh, just looping it.
Yeah, the chlorine is you could almost consider the chlorine in this a catalyst, because it's never getting used up. It's just bonding with the water, making the hydrochloric acid, pulling the oxygen off of the water, and bonding with the hydrogen, making the hydrochloric acid, and then we're electrolyzing that to then give us the hydrogen and the chlorine separate, and looping the chlorine back to bond with more hydrogen and more water. So it's just going to sit there and loop. We're going to use like one bucket, so we're not getting rid of it. We won't actually be able to get rid of it until we throw it into, we should be able to eventually put it, right here, the amp fabricator. We should be able to make UU amplifier with it. That's what we're going to end up using it for once we get the UU matter recipes done. Also, you know why we don't have much oxygen? I just thought about it. This was our primary oxygen maker, and it hasn't ran forever. I need to go look and see, especially now since the update yesterday, is there other rocks I can put into the hammerer that give me gravel?
I'd be able to.
I did see one, let me look up cobble. So, cobble deep slate, we can hammer it into gravel. Okay, I can bring that over. Cobblestone, we already know. Granite in the hammer also makes gravel. Don't have as much issue with that, but I would if it's the other ones. We'll look at it. Diorite, again, forge hammer, gravel. So all these excesses we have, we can dump into this. But the one that I had the ones I have an issue with is basalt. Yeah, basalt becoming gravel, I kind of have an issue with. Red granite, if that hammers into gravel, I kind of have an issue with it. Because these actually have proper processing. You can argue that, you get the red granite dust in the pulverizer. This is just making it into a gravel.
I'll check that.
If you smelt it, you just make it into the regular.
Yeah.
This is what you would want to do with red granite, though. You'd want to get the dust, because you electrolyze it to biotite, potassium feldspar, and flint dust. So basically, my argument here is you're losing the potassium feldspar and the biotite. You're only basically getting the flint dust when you hammer it. And honestly, if you're dumb enough to do this, you're wasting your shit. So screw it and leave it that way. It just would bug me if I seen somebody do it. Not
the left at that is because I want to be able to just throw any cobblestone in and get gravel.
Yeah. I completely now. But see,
probably would be nicer if I had specific gravels for specific stones, but it's like Didn't want to bother doing that.
But see this one? This one bothers me. Marble should turn into calcite. Limestone should turn into calcite when you hammer it down. Because that's something you need early on for your primitive blast furnace. Is calcite, marble dust. You really shouldn't be relying on a macerator to be able to get your marble dust. And right now you are. If you could hammer limestone and calcite down, or marble and limestone down to get their dust, or at least a bit of calcite, I would say their dust. Don't give them the full 9 that you would get if you macerated it, but hammering it down to get the marble dust so you can use that for the primitive blast furnace for these recipes of hematite and yellow limonite, all of that stuff. Yeah, those I don't like being in there. All the rest of them I can see an argument for leaving. But those two I really can't. Let's take one of these and take one of these. And we're actually going to use... quartzite is going to be the one we use first. Which actually, now that I say that, I actually want to look at something. If I macerate quartzite, I get quartzite dust. If I electrolyze that, I get silicon and oxygen. So if I macerate this, I'm going to get 9. If I hammer it, I'm going to get 1 gravel. And that 1 gravel is going to give me 1 sand. And that 1 sand is going to give me glass. And that 1 glass is going to give me 1 glass dust. And that 1 glass dust is going to give me 1 silicon dioxide. And I need 3 of them. So actually, I need to set up a macerator for that. Because quartzite would be just wasteful to do it. Alright, so let's go find us a macerator, which I know we have around here somewhere. What in the world are you doing? Input bus, smelter, roaster, forge hammer. We really not have any. Apparently, no, we don't. We have an HP pulverizer, that'll work. That should be able to be set up on this line as well. And we actually want this set up. Where did I say I was doing this at? Quartzite dust goes straight into the electrolyzer. Okay, so this is going to have to go straight into there. So how exactly the fuck are you planning on doing this? Well, we're going to get rid of this auto crafter because it does not need to be there. And we're going to put this here. Still drives me nuts. If you see the hesitation, it's like I'm hooking HV to LV. It's not the wrong way around. It's fine, but I still got to second guess myself and think about it a second. Is this really something I want to be doing? Okay, so that, like that, and here's a good question. Is that even going to work? Is that muffler going to hide? Well, not hide, but stop it from going in there. Nope. It certainly isn't. And that HV one's running faster than the electrolyzer can run, so that'll take care of it. For the next, 9,000. Which is not going to be very long. Eventually, we really should buckle down and make a proper rock breaker to just make frickin' cobblestone, but I really hate doing that. As long as I can...
Need to test that thing, right?
I know, but I hate it. I don't want to do it. Don't make me. Yes, I know, we'll do it. But I don't like it. That's what I'm taking next. That's coming with me right now. That is a lot of deep slate. By the way, as much as I complain to you and Greg about things breaking my realism brain, the dude that does Forsaken Trail, I think, is getting tired of my issues with shit not being realistic enough. Because he's trying to make the mod is supposed to be, rather difficult, but there's just things in there. Like today I went and picked up what in the game is considered a large engine and has the icon of being a V8 engine. I'm going to say small block V8 with transmission and headers and supercharger on top. I picked it up, put it in my pocket, carried it home. I don't like it. It's like, dude, how could I carry this? Well, you gotta be able to do it or you can't make a truck. It's like, okay, but shouldn't I need something to haul this with? Shouldn't I at least be burdened by the fact that I'm carrying it? Yes, they're typically like 700 to 800 pounds. And that's just the motor. That's not the transmission, the supercharger, and the headers attached to it. Can you not at least make it, 50 kilograms? I don't know what that is in real money, but I know that the character can only carry about 50 kilograms before it gets overburdened and can't carry shit. And he's like, well, if I did that, then the truck would have to be like 150. Like, okay, and where's the problem in this? Like, well, then you couldn't carry the truck. Exactly! Ding, 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 we have a winner. Why can you carry a truck in your pocket? It's not how this should work.
You're not Superman.
Exactly. It so bugs me when I watch somebody play 7 Days to Die and they stop somewhere, pick up their motorcycle, put it in their pocket, go inside, kill a bunch of zombies, pick up a ton more crap, come out, put their motorcycle down and ride away. It's not a bicycle, motherfucker. What the hell? Oh, how much more steel you want?
I think I have enough now. I just need some more.
Oh, okay. It just so hurts my brain. There's that little bug inside my brain that just is attached to realism. It's like the only thing that goes on inside my brain that's not about boobs. And it's realism. And I start seeing people do shit like that in games. And it's like, it's kind of one of those things that when you're playing a game, at least for me, I want to be kind of into what I'm doing as, you know, I'm the one doing it. And it's just, it breaks that when you can do something that's just inhuman. And I understand it's a game and there has to be some benefits for, or some broken shit for gameplay's sake. There's limitations in what you can do, and also the game has to be fun. If it was a real life simulator, nobody would fucking play it. They'd just go do real life. But at least some of it needs to be, there has to be a limit. It's like when I was on Axel's server. He made a ham server. Hard ass mode is what it was called, but he called it the ham server. And he put in Greg's harder stone in GT5, which I don't even know if existed in GT5U. Basically, breaking stone with an iron pickaxe was about as long as it took to break obsidian. And it's like, this might be hard, but it's monotonous as hell. Just give me a pickaxe and let me go in the backyard and start mining in my own yard. I might as well, as long as it takes to break this freaking, you know, just regular Minecraft stone. You know, I understand there's limits. But I want the bar set a little higher than carrying a motor around in your pocket. Just not that. I love this. Is element. Is this for idiots that don't know what an element is? Can it not say is an element? Just is element. It's just funny. Okay. Damn it, I'm supposed to be doing actual work, not running my mouth all day. Can we actually get me to do work today? Probably not. But we're going to try. Chloric. So we need any regular reactor. And then, hell, that's even an LV recipe for the electrolyzer. That's 2,000. This is 4,000. This is 60 ticks. This is 720 ticks. Holy shit. Okay, so we're definitely going to want a better electrolyzer for that. What if we do... I'm actually thinking just do one of those. Why is that holding oxygen? Hello? Excuse me? Why are you full of oxygen? Why are you not full of oxygen? Why in the fuck is there just oxygen piled up in that pipe? It's oxygen piled up in that pipe. That is supposed to be connected to that. I'm guessing Bear did a stupid. And there's a filter here. And that oxygen should not be able to go through there. The oxygen... Is there a filter here? Did Bear do stupid? There is a filter there for fluorine. It's whitelisting fluorine. So only the fluorine can go up. To go where? Where's the fluorine supposed to be going? Why is there... Why would there even be fluorine in here? What the hell was I doing? Somebody, please. Help me. Figure out what this idiot did months ago. Okay, that is the output from here. This outputs fluorine. That's what it is. Okay. That outputs fluorine into here, puts it into there. So what I need is not a fucking filter. What I need is a shutter. I need a shutter on there that says don't let anything go through. Or don't let anything go through in one direction. Not the filter. That's the problem. I got this. I got this. I know where Bear did stupid. I can fix where Bear did stupid. Okay. So we're going to close that. We're gonna close this. Let's hope. Shut up, Raven. We're gonna take that off. We're gonna... Excuse me? Trends? Fuck happened to my filter? My filter disappeared.
I'm not sure.
Okay, that one gave it back to me. It's supposed to come right to my inventory. It should not be possible to fall below. No, it didn't fall below. Is it possible you changed something with filters between the time we put that on and now, and it's not there?
Maybe, but not sure.
Open output only. Okay. That's what we want that to do. So now we can reopen that. That's already open. Okay. So now the oxygen should go down there. I'm going to try this with another filter. A new one just to see if it was... We've done so many updates, I can write it off to it was just as stupid, but I need to see it just to make sure. We don't have a... Can you make a fluid filter real quick? We don't have any.
Mm-hmm.
We got a fluid regulator, no fluid filter. I'm just checking some of these other ones that might... Okay, that one has a fluid filter on it. I know this was set up later. Nope. Gone. I'm not touching another one. Now I got to reset that one up. You're going to need to make two. Well, no, you're only going to need to make one. Because that's going to replace that one. Problem is, now I got to remember if that was blacklisting or whitelisting because I didn't look. Good thing we don't use this right now. Okay, so while he does that, this is now opened up. Oxygen is moved. It's able to work doing the carbon dioxide. I think I want to make another one over here for this oxygen issue. Although I want to go look and see how our oxygen is looking. Oh yeah, now that we've got that stone thing set up, we're good on oxygen actually. Might not actually have to set it up. Bear might get to be lazy today. No, I have to do other stuff. I don't get to be lazy. Shut up. I still want to be lazy today. I like it when Bear gets to be lazy. Oh no, we definitely need to set this up. Okay. Come here, you big bastards. We're gonna figure out how to set you up today. Really ought to fix this today, too. Okay, so we're gonna just nope out of that whole area over there. And I think we're gonna set these up right here. I do believe that's what we're gonna do. So it's one casing inside, one copper nickel is below that. So we take out both of these and we put in both of those, and then the casing on the top. We do the thing right here. And input hatch, output hatch, energy hatch. Alright, energy hatches definitely go back here. And because I'm a prick, they have to be in the middle. It looks weird if they're on the edge. So shut up. And then we do all of this shit right here. You dirty motherfucker. Get off there. Check that off. There. And then all along the watchtower. Alright, so that's that. Now, we need our inputs and our outputs. And we're going to have to get power over here, but that's ran in this outside wall area right there, so that won't be a problem. Okay, other thing we need. The first one of these is going to be for this one, which we still need to get that excess oxygen out of there, because that should have been fixed a long time ago and should not be possible to have all of that in there. So we're going to suck that the fuck out. What thing's a pain in the ass now? Everything to use a pain in the ass. You're a pain in the ass. Okay. Good. Fixed. Dan, I believe we've been over this. We're here for GT5R. Stop trying to distract me with other things. Focus, fucker. We can discuss this later. I don't want to get into whatever the fuck you're trying to do with that weird shit. Okay. We need lots of water for this. I think we're going to run a whole new drain for this. So we need to get the sulfur dioxide and the oxygen into over there, which is what this pipe is. So we're going to need to run this over there. So I guess the first thing we should probably do is cut this pipe and let this run the hell out. This is the water and the sulfur trioxide. Yeah. Which is coming in from here. From there and down there. So we're going to let that run. And then we're going to move it into there. And I seriously might take back what I said and move it over here, sort of. Because that's going to be a long pipe to run over there. We also need to split this. So we may do this part differently as well. But let's let this get run out before we go messing with any more of that. We may also need a much bigger oxygen pipe, but for right now, we're going to make a bigger water pipe. I need 12 PVC per pipe for that. I have 13 of them here. Let's see if I can figure out approximately where I'm going to run this. Yeah, I really think I'm going to redo most of this here. So this has got the EV coming in there. This is MV down to LV for these two. Technically, we only need the LV for this one. So this can actually get moved now to some fuck off where. It's technically these, so we can move it down there. Or we could pipe the stuff down and we could literally put it over here with this one. That's not a horrible idea. I kind of like that idea, honestly. Then we can rip all of this out of here. And we can move this to right here next to this one. 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that would work. Alright, so the water is going to be coming into somewhere generally around this area. Somebody fucked up my water right there. I'm going to blame Trends, but it's probably my fault. But we're still blaming truths. Because why wouldn't we? Why would we ever take the blame when we could blame somebody else? Tried to explain that to somebody the other day. Blame has nothing to do with truth. Blame is just something you do to be a dickhead. It doesn't have to be true. It's just so you don't have to take credit for it yourself. And when I blame somebody, y'all know I'm full of shit. Nobody takes me seriously when I blame somebody else, because y'all know it's my fucking fault. Now, if I was literally trying to place the blame on somebody else, yeah, I can absolutely get down with that being a bad thing. But not when you're just fucking around. Then you're just, having a little fun. Get the fuck out of the water, idiot. You're drowning. Don't be stupid. You were not given gills at birth.
I need to add a suit, don't I?
Yes, we still need the fucking scuba suit. We still don't have our fins and scuba mask. Oh, hey, you missed the fucking hole, idiot. It's over there. But hey, we're not far off. 1, 2, 3. I also was not given wings, so, how exactly do you plan on getting in there, idiot? I guess like this. There we go.
Well, hey, you can jump, you can fly.
Okay, hold on. Did he just try to sing I Believe I Can Fly?
So if you jump, you can fly.
Yeah, right. I haven't been taking that much LSD, thank you. You got my filter yet?
Yeah, it's not somewhere.
That reminds me of this fucking thing I seen the other day. And I was scrolling through Twitter like an idiot. I don't know why I scroll through Twitter. There's so much stupidity in that thing. But I was scrolling through it, and there's this bridge. And they put a fence. Okay, hold on. We're going to need a little visual for this. This is the bridge railing. This is the fence. Big fuck off gap. You literally can stand on the railing and just drop right the fuck down. I have no idea why the fence is over here and not on the railing. But there's all these fucking people have gone and wrote all over this bridge railing. Don't do it. Life is meaningful. Don't jump. And all this other shit. And then right in the middle in great big letters, some dude, and you know it had to be a dude, typed, "Jump, you fucking pussy." It's like, I showed it to Junior and I was like, when did you go here and why did you do it? He's like, I didn't, but I understand why you believe it was me. That is so something Junior would do. All right. Yep. I just voided your thing. Fix it, fucker. All right, work here's done. I broke something. I get to go home, right? Yeah, for some reason your filters just the fuck appear. That wasn't a thing for a very long time. I have no idea why it is now. Something in your refactor go haywire?
I'm not sure.
Well, at some point before we run tungsten again, we're going to need a new one to put on here. Oh, and the issue with hoppers feeding the steam machines is still not quite figured out. I know this is a very weird thing to try to figure out because it's not throwing any issues. We had hoped it was fixed with the GT hoppers. I'm guessing it's because he didn't have it chunk loaded and it unloaded the chunk and stopped feeding on reload. I don't know. I had him load his chunks and we're going to try it again, but I just wanted to let you know that he had an issue with that last night.
Into another hopper?
He had a hopper feeding into a steam macerator and another hopper bringing out from the steam macerator, and it just stopped feeding. Or, wait a minute. Dan, remind me. Was it the fact that the macerator wasn't running and just stopped processing again, or was it that it wasn't feeding from the hopper? I was only half paying attention. I was playing 7 Days to Die.
Was it vanilla hopper or GT?
It was not a vanilla hopper. It was a GT bronze hopper. I had him specifically try it out with that hopper. I will go back and find where it did it in the stream last night. And because it was pretty early in the stream and he mined most of the time, it won't be hard for me to find it. I will find it and send it to you. It fed from the hopper, and when the items got into the machine, the items did not process the recipe. Okay, that's what I thought. It wasn't that it wasn't accepting, it was the damn machine stopped working again. And it had plenty of steam in it. Oh, I never showed him the water issue you had, Dan. I got to try to replicate that. I'm going to explain it to you, Trends. And it's not going to make a lot of sense. But in the steam cutter, only in GT5, in GT4, didn't you have 2 tanks in it?
Yeah.
One for the water, one for the steam.
Mm-hmm.
In here, you don't. You have 1 tank. So they're fighting each other.
I don't know what it is that I fixed it. There's actually 2 tanks, but they're both in the same spot.
Oh, okay. You got that fixed. Okay. Good. That was really weird. All right. Is something being done with the turbines, or are you just playing hop on the pipe?
I'm just waiting on the rods at this point.
Oh, okay. Well, you also have this done, dude. If you want to get something done, your HSSE is in here. She can make the blades. He's as bad as Dan. I can't keep him focused. Focus, fucker. Okay, we have... what did I do here? Why is that not going into that? That should be going into that. Output is on. Why is this not processing? Does it need more than that? It needs 3,000. Well, go fuck yourself. You're not getting it. You're going to give me that. And we're going to stick you up here. No, we're not. That's sulfur dioxide. You're an idiot. Okay, now that is a lot of oxygen. Fuck me. And we're not losing that. Oh. It's a
Let's
zero.
start cleaning up HSC. We need more than that.
Ah? Oh, you need more HSSE? How much?
18.
82?
18.
18. Fuck, I can't hear. There's 12 right here. You need 18. So let's look at HSS. We need to make G, which is tungsten, steel, chrome, moly, and vanadium. Oh, I hate this thing doing that. Chrome, thorium, tungsten, vanadium, tungsten here, steel here, tungsten, steel, vanadium, chromium. What the fuck was the other thing? Molly. Molly B. Where you at, bitch? There you are. Okay. I got this. I'm all over it like white on rice. You need to get the fuck out. You need to get the fuck in. And we'll make tungsten steel. You know what? Fuck you. All of you in the hole. Make all the tungsten steel. And then we'll throw this in over. No, we're not. We're going to leave that for that. We're going to put this up there. And we'll leave that for later. For reasons. Okay, that one empty. Go bye-bye. We can get rid of that pipe now. We'll figure out what we're doing with it later. This one is water, sulfur trioxide. Give us that little bit of sulfur trioxide. I don't know why I'm worried about saving it. The water can literally fuck off. Alright, all of that comes out of there. This comes out of there. That comes off of there. That comes off of there. Why did I just do that? This comes off of there. That stops going that way. You're my water from here, which is going to fuck off. Okay. Nothing in there. Okay. So now this is literally going to go away. We're going to take that off. We're going to take that off. We're going to take this out. We're going to take all of this shit out. This wooden pipe is finally going to stop being a thing. So the big brown turd above our doorway can go away, and that needs to get back there right quick before we blow up the boiler, you dumbass. Don't blow up the boiler. Stupid. I really hope there's one going straight to the boiler, and that's not feeding the boiler, because that doesn't look like it's changing. But I couldn't tell you if it does, because I don't remember.
Well, the boiler's still full, so.
Well, that's good. Okay, who are you? Where are you going? Why do I not give a shit anymore? One of you is sulfuric acid, one of you is sulfur trioxide. Not sure which of you is which. Pretty sure I can tell. No, one of you is not sulfuric acid. Never mind. Because you're both plastic and sulfuric acid can't run through plastic. This is the sulfuric acid, which for reasons is running down this way. Where the fuck are you two coming from? Okay, both of you are running in from down there. Can we get this plumber to at least dye these fucking pipes so we know what the hell they're for? If he can't make some kind of logical frickin'... Why do they go up there and then over there? Why doesn't it just go straight over and up? What was the whole purpose of going through that block? This plumber, man, I'm telling you. He should be shot out of a cannon. What the fuck is it?
Yet.
Say what?
Why have you not tied stuff yet?
Sulfur dioxide from here. Okay. That's sulfur dioxide. This one is then going to be sulfur trioxide running from way the fuck over there. Which for some reason those didn't stack and I don't know why. And we're actually out? No, we did not. We run through all of our... Holy shit. Dude, I think we actually ran through... No, not all, but most. Why is that backed up there? Why is that not going the fuck off back over? We did run through all of that though. The uraninite did fully get processed. I'm going to ignore it for today. It's fine. Nothing's wrong with it. It can stay that way. Now I know what these pipes are for. Focus, asshole. You're gonna get distracted and get onto something stupid. Now, you and you don't need to be where you're at. You do need to be here, but not where you're at. You're currently in a really stupid place. Now I feel like one of them fucking whine-ass women. I'm in a really bad place right now. Shut up. Fuck off. You don't like it, change it. Don't be a fucking pussy. Just because you have one, don't mean you gotta be one. Do not tell Crazy I said that. She'll yell at me for being mean. Just don't get emotional issues. Deal with it. Fix it. If you don't like it, change it. Whining is not going to help. Dump all the things. Okay, that's done. I have so many fucking pipes now. Can we get rid of some of these? Thank you. Alright. Now, let's go back upstairs. And let's fuck with some more shit. Okay. You two are kind of a problem right now. We need to discuss your entire being. That's sulfur trioxide. That's sulfur dioxide. You're gonna... What am I doing to this poor pipe, Trends? Am I rotating the pipe? Is that what I'm currently doing? Oh, no, I'm opening the end of it. I thought I was in the middle. Fuck off, I'm an idiot. Don't look at me, I'm a dumbass. No idea what the fuck. Shut up, you. Just stand there. Me. I know you know I'm an idiot. You've been dealing with me for a long time. I swore I was in the middle and it was just turning the pipe or something because it just kept changing colors. I might be blind and can't see the fucking thing. It's fine. Okay. Can we not do what you're doing, please? Hello? Where's the oxygen coming in at? Oh, you fucking nimrodded moron. Nobody's seen that. I did not just fill this up with oxygen because I'm a dumbass.
Did you have sulfur dioxide, John?
Hush. I have a sulfur dioxide drum, yes. Fuck. We filled up the oxygen. Damn it. We're voiding oxygen. How is this possible? I just heard the motherfucker go off. We're voiding oxygen. We've managed in this little bit of time to completely fill this. That needs fixed. That's not okay. Why? Why are you trying to lag out the server? Who did the redstone? Fuck, I know who did the redstone work. Same guy that does the plumbing. Fucking hell. I got this. Why does it always have to be this same idiot? Because when that idiot breaks shit, I have to fix it. Okay, first off, oxygen. Fuck out of my drum. Second off, you are starting to piss me off. Just stop. No. No more. Quiet. Fuck. It's my head, you loud son of a bitch. Why was it still a wood pipe when there's a frickin' trash can sitting there? I don't have to listen to it if it's going into the trash can. I have to listen to it if it's going into a wood pipe. Huh?
At least you noticed it was voiding.
Yeah, shush it, you. You're not helping. Trying to reach you about your casket extended warranty. It seems we have been notified that you may request use of paid expenses earlier than expected. Yeah. Get this the fuck out of here. And take this to right there for now. That's perfectly fine. Okay, now we got to do this whole thing again. Mm-hmm.
These things are done. The turbines.
Oh, thank you.
And just hand it off to you.
We'll work on that. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully I can get all this stupid shit done today. Okay, so now this is a filter. If I pop that off, we're going to lose said filter. So we need to pop that off and put it here and put a sign on the top of it that says, "Trends, fix me. I'm broken." Okay, I can't do it anymore. Some shit's got to go in the backpack. Okay, oxygen is going into there. Oxygen is going into here. We do not need oxygen in this pipe any longer. How about, instead of doing all the stupid things you're doing, how about you just turn off the output? Could we possibly do that? What's up? Hey, he brought me signs. Fringe. Fix me. I'm broken. There. Now, what was I doing? Oxygen. Yes. Give me... Shut up over there. I don't even want to hear your shit now.
No, I just noticed, Bear. This first chat on Twitch was a bot.
I didn't even... Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice. We're out of power again. No, it's not yours. It's ours. I'm trying to run that damn thing again, and it doesn't like running. It has an aversion to running. This is why we're trying to get the power hooked up. Okay. Does this have any... Yeah, that does not look like it has any filters on it. So we should be able to do that, and then fuck off out of here. No, see, the problem is I've been trying to run this thing, trying to get rid of this 11,000 purified redstone we have, so we can finally run all of this rutile we have. And we only really running the factory right now on a large boiler. And so we are out of power. Because apparently what we have going into this thing, we're out of. We have no nitro diesel, we have no ethanol. This has not been hooked back up yet with methane and hydrogen. We can turn the hydrogen on for a little bit and let that burn off a little bit. But that's why we're trying to get these set up.
Just wondering, would a higher tier boiler make more steam, whatever, or if you
a higher tier boiler will put out more steam, which would mean that we need to change the turbine in the thing. We can make a titanium boiler, which will process 41,060 liters of steam with one coal at 32,000 liters a second. What we're currently doing is producing 36,000 liters of steam with one coal. So the titanium is actually more efficient at the coal usage. It burns it more thoroughly, I guess. And we'll go from 24,000 to 32,000 liters a second. But then we can also go to a tungsten steel one, which is 48,000 liters of steam with one coal at 40,000 liters a second. So if you want to look at what turbine we need to go to tungsten steel, yes, we can upgrade this and go to tungsten steel. And just skip the titanium altogether.
Mm-hmm.
But you need a turbine that can handle 40,000 liters a second. I just realized you need this like now. We have this city here, so let's put this back in here. And let's get this fed into here. That's process. Yeah, there's apparently 2 people watching on Twitch, but they ain't said shit. I have a very quiet community. Kind of like you. They don't speak a lot. I'm thinking it might just because they're scared I'm going to yell at them. Because, well, I do yell a lot. I think it's time to upgrade this pipe, too. Dude, it's raining. Okay. So, let's... Ow. Ow. Do we need huge? Probably not. Are we going to use huge? Well, most likely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 27, 28 to the floor. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 38, 39. It looks like
apparently a weird material that shouldn't exist can do it with just neutronium.
There isn't a turbine that we could use for that other than neutronium?
That's what I've seen so far. I'm sure there's others. I'm looking right now.
And remember, we can't do huge. It has to be large.
I'm looking through the normals right now.
Oh, yeah. HSSE is huge. At 40,000 liters a second. So then we might need to split it into 2. Yeah, neutronium is 48. What is HSS? 20,000. Yeah, that's what I figured. So yeah, we would probably have to split it into 2. Because I don't know anything better than those besides the neutronium. We could do osmium at 32,000. Fuck off. Why is there even a thorium one? A plutonium one? Yeah, because I'm going to fucking do that. Why is osmiridium only 22? But osmium is 32. Isn't osmiridium supposed to be a better material than osmium?
Well, it's some stats. So there's no actual logic to that.
Yeah. That's why I never liked the GT5 U turbines being tool things. That's why I can't wait till we
Apparently, gold can do 42.
What can do 42?
Rose gold. That has barely any durability. I'm gonna burn through those like crazy.
Yeah, there's no way we want to do rose gold. Look at the durability. It's horrible. Which actually, other than the fact that it's super dense, I don't see where that would be a problem for a turbine blade, because the reason why the tool durability of gold is bad is because it can't hold an edge. It can't hold a point. It blunts easily because it's soft. But being soft as a turbine rotor wouldn't be as big of a deal because it's just dealing with steam and heat. If it's the other one, it's steam and heat it's dealing with, and it should be able to handle that, but it wouldn't be able to handle the super heated. But I still don't see why it's that horrible of durability for this, but I know why, and it's because it's literally the tool thing, which is just lazy and dumb.
That was diamond hand, apparently. But it's huge.
Yeah, but we can't do huge.
Oh, you don't animate him yet. That's right.
Yeah, we could do an aqua to alloy at 2400. I think we just need to get... I think HSS is going to be the way we're going to have to go, and we just switch it over to 2 of them. Now, with that much steel, would it make sense, and is it possible in the regular boiler to turn it into superheated? Is that something that we could do critical for?
Not sure you can in the boiler, I don't think.
Yeah, see, I never dealt with that stuff. You were not supposed to open. That should still be full, which is... Actually, on this one, I should be able to do that. I can cheat. You know, my stupid idea of it's still set up in the basement. What the fuck? Those stupid bars down there. Okay, most of that is empty. Okay, now, do I want to run this over? I can't. That's there. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just leave it right across here. Shit, I just refilled that pipe. Damn it. Oh, I should also... Hello? There we go. Won't fill. Mostly empty. Alright. Okay. Now. I didn't mean to take that one out, but it's fine. It doesn't need to be there. Let's take this down so we don't fuck up and connect that. Alright, so we're going to run that to there for right now. I'm not going to connect it over there at the moment. Get all of this out of my inventory for the moment. Okay. Now this needs to get moved. Like I said, I think we're going to put this over here. And there is absolutely no reason under the sun for me to not just put it right there and have it output right into there. Oop, right like that. Yeah, there's one reason for me to not be doing this. And that is the reason. Get off there. Good. Now, did I get any smalls in there? And it looks like, yes, I did. But I can't tell for sure. But we're going to assume yes. And we'll deal with it later. Now, this is going to go that way for now. The problem being that there is actually a reason to not do that. And that is some of the other things that are supposed to be going in here, which is, yeah, all of these. Marble dust, powlite, wolframite, not red granite, sheldonite, vanadium magnetite, not so much. But some of these, like these two, have fluids coming out of them. Yeah, that one has oxygen. I believe this one has almost the exact same recipe. This one I think does as well. So we do have to have, that's what this pipe was for, was to output the oxygen down, and I don't even know where the hell it's literally going, but it went somewhere. Looks like it's going out there. Oh, and then it went down and under there. Okay, so if I put that here, I need to have a way of feeding it, and then I need to have the output. So that's not going to work. But I could put it back here. Problem being that pipe right there. Let's just get this out of here for a minute, because that's not going to work. Because we got to be able to get this pipe of stuff all the way down through there. We've got this coming here. We got that coming there. We'd have to snake through this to get over there. And then we got to deal with the fluid. We could also leave this down over on this end. And then we could just snake this pipe down further. Alright, let's just, you sit there and look stupid for a minute, okay? Hold that. We know it's not going to be here. That's the important part. So let's get it away from here. And then we'll figure out where we're putting it, because it's not really like it's crucial to what we're currently doing. We'll just get this stuff and get that out there for the moment, out of the way. This is its output, which again can get the hell out of the way for right now. Looks like that's as far back as we want to pull this. Okay. And let's actually pop that back off so we can see that that pipe is there for when we finally decide to work on this part of it. Let's just get this back out of the way for right now. Alright, so we've got our oxygen in here, we got our sulfur dioxide, or our sulfur trioxide, and yeah, dioxide, trioxide. So now we need to move this back over to there. So I need to get a whole lot of room. No quiver found. What the fuck is that button? Why did I hit it? Let's get rid of all of those things for the moment. Alright. That leaves us almost no room. What if put it there? Then we got room for these pipes to do pipe things. It's not sitting here. We can walk through there. Okay, and then good. That did what I wanted. It did not blow everything up. I was worried it was going to blow everything up. Mother. Thank you. Alright, so now we want to get this out of here. I want to get that in there. I want to put this here. We want to get the power in right here, which is this. Done like that. So then we want to get a couple of these out of the way. This is going to have to fuck right the hell off. We can get rid of that. Because we got to put the power in here. We need a transformer that does EV to HV. Yes, please. We do not, in fact, though, need you there. Thank you. Ow. I need to eat before I die. Of fall damage. I love how nowadays there's a mod for everything, pretty much. Pretty much.
You need food?
I have food, I just need to stuff it in my face. I got 22 bacon sandwiches. Why do I need a new mic? I've got a perfect mic. My mic is gorgeous. Twins needs a new mic. Well, no he doesn't. He needs to figure out what his issue is with it sounding so shit at times. My mic is fine. A new recliner. I could use a new recliner. That I could use. Also, if you're offering, motherfucker, I have a Patreon. Don't talk shit if you're not offering. You know. I do provide this content for free, after all. Not like I get paid for this shit. So if you have any complaints, pony up, motherfucker. Pony up. What the fuck am I gonna do? What, you want a lazy boy and a lazy boy? Is that what you're asking for here, Dan? I technically have a lazy boy, thank you. It's just, you know, old and a bit broken. Okay, so that's going to be the input. This is where I got to remember which sulfur dioxide. So we have 3,000, we have 1,000. So therefore, I'm assuming that's a high capacity output. That's an input. That's a high capacity input. So I'm assuming when we figured this out, we were doing 3,000, 1,000. So on this one we need 4,000 and 3,000. Okay. So, high capacities here. Yes, sir.
I have a gift for you.
Ooh, I like gifts. Is it food? I can't eat that. Also, thanks for filling my inventory, dickhead. Alright, so we're going to need lots more of those too. But, that'll work. So, you've got both turbines made, completed, ready to be put in, and the blades.
Mm-hmm.
That means I got to do reactor work tomorrow. I really don't want to blow shit up. Okay, so we need oxygen in here, which we're going to put in there. We're going to have the output come out and go over here. Okay. So... I still don't know why you think I need a new mic. I have a Shure mic. It's a really good mic. The problem is, if there's any issues with my audio, which I don't think there is I have static going in from my computer. So I have to use a thing to get rid of it. But the thing that gets rid of it does a really good job. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Well, we need that to come in here as well. I need to go make some more of these to make sure I got enough. I may need to make bigger pipes too. I hope these are going to be big enough. Yes, that's the post-processing that it has to do. Yes, I've listened to it. I listen to it every time I put a video out. Would you fuck off about my mic? I have work to do. If I tried to listen to it. What the fuck kind of stupid ass question is that? No, I fucking do this as my only form of income. I've never given a shit to see what it sounds like. I've even told you what the fucking problem is. It's the post-processing that I have to use because there's static coming in through my computer that I can't figure out why and where. But it sounds way better than fucking Trends' muffled ass. Yeah, I think that's going to have to do it. Alright, and then we're going to run the oxygen this way.
Do you have any large PVC pipes?
Yeah, check my blue bag over there, or I may have them in my... No, they're not on me. They should be in that blue bag over there.
Okay, C2. That's big more.
Dude, what the fuck happened? Didn't I just throw them in there? I threw... Just make more. I swear I just threw a bunch in there. Maybe I'm retarded. It happens. Okay, so that's going into there now. That can come through there. So now we just need the output. We only have one high capacity output, so I'm assuming... Oh no, we have an HV for that one. Okay. So this one goes here. Why are you not formed? Why did you not form? What is your problem? What did I screw up? Did I forget the pipe casing? Hey, idiot! There's no pipe casing. I knew that's what I did. You. Aha! Screw you, bitch! Take my shit. Alright. And now... Boom! And he blows it up. And it's now running. Good. Got it. Alright. Now, el número dos. Let's go here. Works. And that. And this time we're going to put that there. That goes there. These go on the corners. You're going to be a fucking problem. You're going to have to move. This is going to go there, turned in a backwardly direction. And we're just going to run this over from there. Hopefully, I have some pipes for that. Cables. Something. Okay. Now, we want high capacity input edge. A bloop. And we want this one. A bloop. And we want take this out again. And we'll move it over to here. There. Takes care of that. High capacity output there. Structures formed. Good. Now, as for you, why am I using the fortune drill for all this work? Because why the fuck wouldn't I be?
Okay,
Yeah.
punch and turbine are in the chest next to the AV table.
Okay. Okay, that takes care of that part. And we're going to need this to go from here into there. Hopefully that's big enough. We'll find out if it is. We now have both of those in there. We need the power in there. We still got to get these little guys hooked up at some point, but that'll be in a minute. Can you make 2 more shutters unless I have some in my bag? Let me check my bag first. I hope I do better job than fucking Pam, because her fucking coding is a little shit. I have no HV cables in here. What do I want to use for those? We usually use gold, right? Electrum has 2 block loss. Gold has 2 block loss. Silver has 1 block loss. Silver it is. I have made 2 mods. But what does that have to do with me saying her code is sometimes a bit shit? I don't have to code shit for being able to recognize somebody's ability to code shit properly. I know she doesn't code shit properly because she doesn't use the proper function for bone mailing. 3, 4, 5. And that's 4 amps. That'll be big enough for what I need. I've coded BearCore. Actually, technically, I've done 4 mods. PunchMeNot, BearCore, that gem tool thing for TFC. 3. I've done 3 mods. Not on my own. Somebody else helped me. As in told me like every fucking thing to do and why I was doing it. But I wrote the code. Analyze. I typed the code in.
Basically, you should glorify typewriter.
Yes. Wait a minute. Is that calling me old because you didn't say word processor or computer? I think that was a shot at me for being old. Asshole.
I'm trying to. I'm thinking about it.
Well, I don't know what a hyper coder friend is or who the fuck he is, but tell him I said fuck him too. Suck my dick and like it? How about that? I'm not quite sure how I can be a quack when I'm not a doctor, but sure. That's usually a reference used for doctors that don't know what the fuck they're doing. But if he's wanting to call me a quack because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with coding, sure. I never said I did. Boom, and he blows it up. And there we go. Now that one is now done. Now we just need to output this into wherever the fuck this was going, which is that pipe right there, which is going to need a much bigger pipe now. Okay, and that runs into there. So we just need to get a bunch of stainless steel, and it looks like not too bad. Those are large. Those aren't mine. What am I doing here? I don't want huge. I don't think I need huge. Should I make huge? I should probably make huge. I'm not going to make huge. I'm going to do large. Large and in charge. Like my ass. Hey, Dan. Come here, I got a suppository for you. That would only hurt just a little. Okay, why are you even trying to do the stupid shit you're trying to do? Just stop. Okay. Sulfuric acid, stainless steel pipe, and we're not going to connect that yet. Okay, so that is no longer going to be here, so I need one of those, which we have right here. And we'll do, oh. Okay, now, there is where that's coming out of. We're going to need a lot more stainless. Okay. Are we going to put anything over here? I don't think so. Fuck it. It's going right here. I don't care. Blow me. Alright, so we need to get from here to that tank. And so let's go. Yeah, that'll work. And that means we can take this out of here. across and into right there. Alright, let's go get some more pipe. Hey, there's a pipe there, dumbass. Alright, well, if there's a pipe there, then let's not put it in through the top. Well, no, let's actually do that. But a little less stupid this time. Let's take it over here. And then we can go that way. Alright, 2 more pipes. Alright, so I should take care of that. So now we can sneak through here. Connect that up. And now everything can run as soon as we have oxygen back into there. So now we just need to go bloop to the bloop. And into there, and there we go. We now have that able to roast, which should stay full because of the bigger pipe now. And then it comes into here, which doesn't get enough to actually start it, which is just funny that put in such a huge pipe in. Well, we don't need it. Ain't this supposed to do like multiple things? How much did we get? We got 1.64 buckets. How much is this running at a time? 8,000 is what we got out of there. Here, let's make sure. Get that out of there. Let's see. Roaster. Runs up to 8 recipes at a time. Okay, so this shit only gives 1? Oh, yeah, only gives 1. Okay, so when we put something better sulfur-wise in there, we'll get more. Alright. So it takes about 2, and then that'll kick on. And we're probably going to put another roaster in for sulfur and air at some point. But now that will give us sulfuric acid, which is then going down into our tank. Which means that this thing should be able to get sulfuric acid more and dump the batteries off. And if we actually need that for oxygen, we can do so. How is this? We got enough hydrogen back here? Oh, yes, we are. Alright, turn that off. Okay, so this ran. There's the HSSG, which we can now stick in here to make more E. Alright, so there's all of that taken care of. We finally got the large chemical reactors in and processing. I need to fix the floor up there. We need to get that centrifuge in. Figure out where I'm going to put it. Still like the idea of putting it down here. I just don't know how I'm going to get the pipe through there to do so. We could put it in over here. I guess before I go fiddling with that, I also need to get these two hooked up before we actually need them. Let me go get some shutters. Did I grab shutters? I grabbed shutters. Never mind. I got shutters.
I made some more shutters. I put them in the backpack.
Cool. Thank you. Okay, so this one can literally go into that one. We can just put this shutter right there. And then tell it input only.
Any more tonight?
Say what?
Gonna need me any more tonight?
Nope.
Because I'm
Heading to bed?
tired.
Yep. Yeah. Have a good one, man. Talk to you tomorrow. Alright, so that's connected. Good. And take that out. And we're going to run this one down and over to there. We'll put it in right there. I'll put the shutter right there. And we want it open input only. We do not want anything going backwards into that. Alright, where is my scaffold? Alright, that takes care of that. Now just a little bit of tidying up the floor here. And while we're at it, put it in my back. Yeah. Let's get this like that, and fix that. Is that on the... Yeah, that's on that level. So we just do that and that. That takes care of that. And I probably should do that one over there too. Dan, are you doing anything tonight? That. Dan, you motherfucker, wake up! That. He done fucked up. So apparently not. Oh yeah, that's where that pipe was. Okay, that fixes that. Floor looks better. That and that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and fix that one too. And hell, there's nothing in here. Do that one as well. There we go. That takes care of that. Now we just got to deal with the centrifuge. We literally have nothing that needs to run in it right now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just stick this right here. That in there. We're going to get rid of all of that. And we're going to sleep on it. And figure out what the hell we're going to do with this another day. Because right now we really need to get the reactor stuff taken care of, more importantly than figuring out what I'm going to do with that. And we're going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and get the hell out of here for the night. So, y'all have a good one. And I'll see you next time.